So it's been a few days, and to be honest, there hasn't been a lot going on. So I didn't really feel the need to report anything. I did want to make one observation, and maybe I was a little bit critical of the VA, but I do want to offer this because I've noticed this now a couple times with the medical community. And this isn't a statement for the medical community because I think this is a general rule of thumb as a whole, and I've noticed this in places where it's not managed well, and a lot can be done to improve. So if you care about improving the overall quality of your business or medical facility or church or whatever organization, here's what I recommend you do. When somebody calls with an issue or a question or a concern, stop transferring them. So today I had to call WellSpan York Hospital because I realized that I made a mistake in scheduling the EEG, the 48-hour take-home EEG, the week that I had scheduled. It's impossible that week for me to do it. I've got way too much going on that week. I need to reschedule, so I called back today to try to reschedule. But when I called back, I kid you not, I got transferred 4 times, starting from the operator to an automated messaging system to adult neurology that transferred me over to a lab that transferred me over. Actually, this was 5 times. I got transferred 5 times. It transferred me all the way to some person I think named Barbara, and that went to her voicemail. So I ended up having to leave a voicemail. I still don't know if she got it or if she'll be able to call me back. So I then have to follow up with them on this appointment. And who knows, maybe I'll get transferred 5 more times. So I say all that to say, it's one thing, and I hear a lot of people say, it's one thing to say, in your business mantra, they said this all the time in the military, the soldier comes first, or you go to a restaurant, we care about the customer, we care about your experience. You go to a hospital, the patient comes first. Well, it's nice to say that, but it means a lot more to do that. And one, I recently listened to a podcast, it was the leadership podcast by Craig Rochelle, where he interviewed I think it was the CEO of the Ritz-Carlton, and he talked about empowering his employees down to the lowest level possible, so that way they know the answers, or at least they try to address that customer's concerns or questions right up front. Can you imagine what would have happened? What would my experience have been if that operator would have been able to change my appointment for me just by looking it up in the system and saying, oh, yeah, I can actually see the entire calendar here. When do you need it rescheduled? I'll go ahead and reschedule it for you, or I'll pass along the note for you to them, and they'll follow up with you. I'll be the one that gets transferred, not you, so that way I can move on about my day and not have to worry about that. Can you imagine what kind of experience that would create for me? And again, I'm not speaking as somebody that's just it's me-minded. I care about my feelings, but I'm thinking from a leadership lens, and I want to make sure in my organization as well here at Bridgeway Community Church, how am I fostering that environment? Am I passing the buck anywhere? Am I transferring people, or am I doing absolutely everything I can within reason to address people's concerns when they bring them up, so that way they feel heard and needed and just appreciated as human beings, especially in a church environment where we preach that every single week.